Hi folks, welcome back to the kitchen. I was asked recently if I could make a cold smoker from a couple of old racks, some bamboo canes, some gaffer tape and some cling film. I gave it some thought and this is what I came up with. I placed the rack on the grass just to give me a position for the bamboos. Now the bamboos are going to create the frame of the cold smoker and obviously I want them to fit the rack, so I'm putting the rack inside. Once I've got the bamboos in position, I can thread the bamboos through the corners of the rack and slide it down so that I can position it. And as I'm doing that, it's kind of drawing the bamboos in a little bit. I'm going to tape them in place once it's level, and as soon as that's done I'm going to use a slightly smaller rack for putting the food on. And again, this is slightly more difficult with this rack, but I'm getting it so that it's positioned on those bamboos, and it's actually, because it's slightly smaller, as it goes down it's actually drawing those bamboos together in almost like the shape of a wigwam. Wish I was a bit taller, I wouldn't have to have stood on tiptoes to get those racks over the top. Right, so bit of gaffer tape to hold those bamboos together, and then it's on with creating the sides. And I'm just going to be using some cling film here, or saran wrap, or whatever you want to call it, and I'm just going round the whole structure, encasing it in that wrap so that we can keep the smoke where we need it. It was a bit of a windy day when I did this. Ideally you don't really want to do this on a very windy day. The calmer it is, the better it is, but nevertheless it still worked out and I managed to get it wrapped up quite easily. And you can see, because it's a teepee style, the saran wrap or the cling film doesn't really stick very well to the sides, so I managed to push it in. Now I need to gain access to the racks, firstly for the smoke generator and secondly for the food, and I've used a little bit of gaffer tape here to reinforce an area where I want a little door to go, and I'm just reinforcing it on all four sides just to give it a bit of structure. And then in with the scissors, and we're literally going to cut our opening, and once we've done that we can seal that with a little bit of gaffer tape just to hold it closed, like so. We're lighting our smoke generator and we're using the ProQ smoke generator here, and you can see I've only put a very small line of wood dust in, and this is a mixture of beech dust and rosemary dust. If you want to see a video about that, there is one on my channel, check it out, I'll put a link in the description. In goes a bit of vintage cheddar, and I'm only really going to be smoking for about 20 minutes. So 20 minutes later and it's been burning nice and gently. This gives you an idea of the amount of smoke that's in there. It's not a very high smoke density, but really you do not need a high smoke density. So this little improvised cold smoker worked really well. Perfect for a bit of cheese. Cheese doesn't really need a lot of time to smoke, and just for this 20 minutes it was absolutely superb, a lovely delicate flavour. We've been smoking now for 20 minutes, let's take it out and see what it's like.
Oh, it smells delicious. Let's give this a taste. Oh, wow. Even though that was only smoking for about 20 minutes, that has got the most beautiful rosemary aroma to it, and the taste is delicious.
Well look, I hope that's inspired you to get out in the garden, get a few bits and bobs together and make your own cold smoker. Well, I hope you liked the video. If you did, give us a big thumbs up. Let us know what you think in the comments, and consider subscribing. It costs you absolutely nothing and more people will get to see the video. In the meantime, take care of yourselves, have a smoky time, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.